Hola there, my sexy compadres y mamacitas. My name is Peter and bienvenidos to my video. Guys, I can't believe it. This year we're going to be celebrating the 30th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda. Wow, 30 years of Zelda. That is absolutely insane. To celebrate, we're going to be getting Twilight Princess HD and we're also going to be getting Zelda Wii U, a game we know nothing about. But we're also pumped for it because it looks absolutely breathtaking. But today I want to talk about a different game. Today I want to talk about a game that came out for the 25th year anniversary of Zelda. 5 years have passed since this game and it feels like that time went by like this. Wow, it's absolutely crazy. And that game is Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. I know, the Skyward Sword haters are raising their pitchforks and screaming at me like this.
You disgrace! You are everything that's gone wrong in this world. You are self-consumed, no talent, mediocre piece of shit.
But hear me out, everyone's entitled to their own favorite Zelda game, and this is absolutely an amazing game. But I can't do this by myself. I brought two special guests to help me talk about why Skyward Sword is so great. The first guest is the hype man himself, HMK.
Hey guys, I'm HMK. I'm a passionate, hyped YouTuber whose favorite series is The Legend of Zelda. I do rants, theories, reviews, hyped videos, and so much more focusing on The Legend of Zelda and many other video game series. If you're into Zelda and you want a lot of energy, subscribe to my channel.
And I can't forget the theory man himself, M Productions.
Hey everyone, it's Andy of Macintyre Productions. I typically discuss all things Nintendo, but more specifically, the Legend of Zelda series. To theories, news, and discussions. If you like what you are hearing, then fantastic. If not, then I hope you the absolute best.
Before I begin, I wanted to say thank you guys for taking your time out to join me for this video. And now, without further ado, let's talk about why Skyward Sword is awesome.
After the Wii's launch, IG Aonuma started to work on the development of Skyward Sword. Aonuma wanted Zelda Wii, its codename, to have a new control base. Aonuma had a vision of having one-to-one swordplay that would appeal to both casual and hardcore gamers. Shigeru Miyamoto also commented on the development of Zelda Wii, saying that Twilight Princess is without a doubt the last Zelda game as you know it in its present form. People were shocked and waiting for what was in store for Zelda Wii. IG Aonuma more recently revealed that he is looking to alter the traditional flow of Zelda games, which usually consists of exploring a field, entering a dungeon, conquering the dungeon, and then returning to the field. In 2008, during E3, Miyamoto also confirmed that Zelda Wii was not the only new Zelda game in development, and that separate teams had gotten together to create both DS and Wii Zelda games. This DS game would be later known as Spirit Tracks.
In 2009, artwork shown at the roundtable discussion was leaked depicting a swordless, adult right-handed Link, as well as a mysterious female figure. People speculated on who this figure was, since it had a strong resemblance to both the Fairy Queen and the Master Sword. At E3 2010, the game's title was revealed, giving Zelda Wii the name of Skyward Sword. A trailer was shown, showing off the game's graphics and control system. Miyamoto revealed that Link's sword would be controlled with the Wii MotionPlus, while the shield would be controlled by the nunchuck. Miyamoto wanted the player to feel like they were Link, slashing and going through the adventure. Skyward Sword's unique visual style was inspired by Miyamoto's love of Impressionism, and the skies in the game are a tribute to Cézanne. Miyamoto stated this during a roundtable event. In late January 2011, it was announced that the game was entering the final stages of completion and will be released after the release of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D.
Skyward Sword was released on November 18th in Europe, the 20th for North America, the 23rd in Japan, and the 24th for Australia. This would be special due to Skyward Sword being released during the 25th anniversry for The Legend of Zelda. North America limited edition pre-order bundles even came with a golden Wii Remote, crafted exclusively for the game. Even good old IGN gave Skyward Sword a 10 out of 10. IGN reviewer Richard George said it's the greatest Zelda game ever created. It is the best game for the Wii, and one of the finest game accomplishments of the last 10 years. Many other reviewers praised the new combat system and the story that Skyward Sword brought to the table. The game sold over 2 million copies worldwide of the month of release, and as of March 2012, the game sold over 3.52 million copies worldwide.
One dark, fateful day, the earth cracked wide and malevolent forces rushed forth from the fissure. The evil forces had lust to take the ultimate power protected by Hylia. To prevent this great power from falling into the hands of evil, the goddess gathered the surviving humans on an outcropping of earth and sent it skyward, beyond the reach of the demonic hordes. The humans safe, the goddess joined forces with the land dwellers and fought the evil forces, sealing them away. At last, peace was restored to the surface. But peace would not last forever. Hylia knew the seal on the evil would not last forever. The game opened up on Link having a strange dream depicting a gigantic evil beast and a mysterious spirit talking to him. Link is awoken by Loftwing spitting a letter out on him. This letter was asking Link to meet up with Zelda by the statue of the goddess, where he discovers that his Loftwing has gone missing and begins to search for it. Link needs to find his Loftwing before the ring ceremony takes place. The ceremony is an annual event held on Skyloft for students enrolled in a Knight Academy that consists of a competition and a formal ceremony with the participants reenacting the role of the goddess Hylia and her chosen hero. Link finds that Groose, a fellow student and a bully of his, hid his Loftwing. After a little confrontation between Link and Groose, Zelda steps in and shows Groose who's really the boss. Link then recovers his Loftwing with the aid of Zelda, but Zelda hears someone calling out to her. She quickly brushes off the voice, and the two fly to the ceremony together.
Link won the competition, and both him and Zelda proceeded up to the goddess statue to complete the ceremony. Zelda bestows the blessing of the goddess upon Link and gives him the sailcloth. To conclude the ceremony, Zelda is about to give her hero a little smooch, but surprises Link by telling him he must jump off the statue and land safely using the sailcloth. Comedically, Zelda just pushes him off instead. After the ceremony, Zelda proposes the two to go flying together. However, as they are flying, a mysterious black tornado suddenly appears and plucks Zelda off of her Loftwing, causing her to fall below the cloud barrier. Link receives another vision from the mysterious spirit in his dreams. He comes to and tries to rescue Zelda, but is knocked out by the tornado itself in the process. When he wakes up, he explains what had happened to Zelda's father, Headmaster Gabora. Although Gabora tells Link to rest, Link soon hears the voice of the mysterious spirit once more and leaves his room. Following the spirit to the goddess statue, the spirit appears from the sword within the statue and introduces herself as Fine. She tells Link that he must take the blade he sees in front of him and embark on his destined journey as the chosen hero of the goddess.
Link gets geared up and pierces the clouds to the surface to go find Zelda. Link lands on the Foron Woods and enters the Skyview Temple only to be stopped by a man named Girahim, and he explains to Link that he's the one who took Zelda with the tornado, only for her to be rescued at the last second by the loathsome servant of the goddess. Link defeats Girahim only to find out that his princess is in another castle. After many temples and slayed bokoblins, Link meets up with Zelda, who reveals that she is the reincarnation of the form of Hylia. It's Zelda's duty to remain in the temple of Hylia to reclaim her power in order to seal away the Demon King Demise, who tried to conquer the surface long ago. It is now up to Link to go find the Triforce, forge the Master Sword, and help Zelda seal away Demise.
Skyward Sword, being the first in the timeline, takes place before the events of every other Zelda game. Its setting takes place in two places, the sky and the surface. Skyloft is a series of large islands floating above the clouds. Here is the bazaar, an enclosed marketplace, and the Knight Academy, a boarding school where people train to become knights. And this is the statue of the goddess and many residents, and explore the sky and collect goodies along the way.
Below the clouds is the surface. Later on in the game, the surface is known as Hyrule, but in Skyward Sword, the surface is a beautiful and prosperous land blessed with deep forests, tall mountains, vast deserts, and many temples throughout. The creatures on the surface are known as Kikwes, who live in the Foron Woods. They're a short-beaked fluffball type of creature with this plant overgrowth on their back, kind of like if Bulbasaur and a kiwi bird had a baby together. The peripheral are an aquatic race of jelly-like seahorse creatures that inhabit the Foron Woods, who are hinted to be the ancestors of the Zora. You know, the fish people who turn into birds? Yeah, Charles Darwin would cry if he ever saw this. The Elden province is covered mostly in lava due to its active volcano, and has the Mogma tribe, a civilized mob tribe that is extremely greedy and loves rupee and treasures. And lastly, the vast and barren desert will be known as the Lanura Desert and the Lanura area, a desert that used to be an ocean and land filled with lush greenery, but over time fell to the harsh conditions that cover the land as a desert.
Zelda is the childhood friend of Link. She is a student in the Knight Academy and plays the role of the goddess in the wing ceremony. She is very bold and strong-powered, who is also very protective of Link. Not only is she very cheerful around him, she is rather nervous when alone with him. She is truly in love with Link, and the feeling is mutual between them. Unlike other incarnations of the princess, Zelda plays a huge role in Skyward Sword. During the game, Zelda finds out she is the reincarnation of the goddess Hylia. She must undergo a journey to be purified in order to seal away the Demon King from returning to the world. However, her friendship and relationship with Link is what inspires him to continue his journey. She is what empowers Link to become a hero. Before Link will become a hero, he is someone that everyone could relate to. He is just a normal kid filled with potential to become something great. He often daydreams and goes along with his life. He is lazy and a little forgetful. But this Link is driven by love and friendship to continue his journey. He would do anything to protect Zelda, his best friend. When Zelda is taken from him, Link is determined to do anything for her safety. From Zelda calling Link a lazy sleepyhead, he truly awakens as a true hero. Impa is a member of the Sheikah tribe who honors the request of the goddess Hylia. Impa has one important task, and that is to protect Zelda as she goes through her purification. In other games, Impa is normally kind to Link, however, she is very harsh in Skyward Sword. Impa knows that Link is the chosen warrior to protect Zelda, but she believes him to be incompetent and chastises his inability to protect Zelda. Impa does everything she can to protect Zelda, since she swore her life to Hylia and the protection of the world. I won't spoil much, but in time, Impa does get a bit nicer to Link.
Link always needs a little bit of navigation to help him along his journey, be it a fairy, an imp, or even an old man boat person. In Skyward Sword, he has Fi. Hated by many, Fi is the spirit that resides on the goddess sword to guide the chosen hero. The reason why she's hated? Well, is her constant announcement that Link's either hurt or her shield's about to break or change the batteries in your Wii Remote. What, is Hylia sponsored by Duracell? What's next? Link, use this code and get 15% off books on audibles.com? All kidding aside, people forget that Fi is overprotected because she's basically artificial intelligence. Hylia programmed Fi this way. She doesn't want Link to fail his journey and made sure Fi to remind him if he's about to die, get some hearts, and keep on trucking on. Fi doesn't know any better, she's only doing her job. Trust me, by the end of the game, your feelings towards Fi begin to change and she grows on you. She learns a little bit more about the human spirit, and although she has trouble comprehending it, she's shown to greatly appreciate the new feelings that her travelings with Link gave her. And by the end of the game, she states that she finally feels happiness. Hey, you talking to me, huh? Hey, you talking to me? Grus Tornitutos is the red Pompadourian Hylian stallion rival of Link. He has a huge crush on Zelda and even has some romantic fantasies about her. He's extremely envious about Link's and Zelda's special bond, and in the beginning of the game, he's a huge bully to Link. After Zelda's taken away, Grus blames Link that it's his fault that his love life is gone. But soon grows a pair and leaves Skyloft to go search for Zelda. Soon Grus sees Link take on the imprisoned beast that has been sealed away, who's several times bigger than Link, and gains respect for Link. Later, Grus finds out that he has an important role to play in saving Zelda and changes his demeanor towards Link, who becomes a great friend. Girahim, or should I say Lord Girahim, is the one of the baddest and sassiest and flamboyant antagonists of The Legend of Zelda. Being the one to knock Zelda out of the sky, it's his mission to use Zelda to revive his master, the Demon King. Though he visually views Link as nothing more than a slow fly, he slowly grows furious, outraged, sick with anger towards Link. Girahim vows that Link will suffer so badly that he will deafen himself with the sound of his own screams. Whoa, that guy! Calm down there, Girahim. He is one amazing antagonist that makes Skyward Sword an amazing game. Every time he's on screen, you're granted an amazing time.
The demonic dark-scaled Demon King Demise is the main antagonist of Zelda. He wields a corrupted version of the Master Sword, with an inverted Triforce engraved on the hilt. With a lack of compassion, Demise views humanity to be weak, as he prides himself for all his power. He will murder innocents to gain the power of the Triforce. Without spoiling much, Demise views Link as a standout among humans, and gladly fights him to prove who is stronger in the end. There are many more minor characters in Skyward Sword, which gives the game a lot of charm, be it the greedy shopkeeper, the fortune teller, and the vast amounts of Hylians in Skyloft, to the Kikwis and the Magmas, and let's not forget the Gorons, who are in love with the history of the world. The best way to really grasp all the characters is to play the game yourself and meet Skyward Sword's amazing cast. The game's soundtrack was composed and arranged by Hajime Wakai, Shiho Fuji, Mahito Yokota, and Takashi Hama, with long-standing series composer Koji Kondo providing music for the prologue of the game, along with the amazing talented Mahoto Yokota, who worked on Super Mario Galaxy and was the composer of the game, joined the development team as the orchestra director and composer. The soundtrack to Skyward Sword is absolutely enticing. If you don't want to play the game, at the very least, listen to the game's soundtrack, because it is well worth it.
The most hated part about Skyward Sword is most probably its gameplay. Honestly, I don't see why people hate the motion control so much. I mean, it ain't no Call of Duty Xbox One 10 out of 10 IGN gameplay!
Xbox One sticker?
What you say? That you only meant well, 'cause you did. What you say?
With all kidding aside, personally, I find Skyward Sword plays gameplay a little bit different and fun. Unlike Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword has a more dense and in-depth world. Battling in the game makes you feel like you're actually using the sword and the shield. Using the Wii Remote to swing your sword and charge your sword beams, and using a nunchuck as a shield made me feel like I was actually part of the action. I was the one who slayed those monsters. I had to swing the sword and use my shield to block at the right times or I got hurt. At least I felt like I was engaged in real-life combat. Miyamoto always wanted a player to feel like Link, and he actually accomplished it. You need more strategic ways of defending against enemies in real time. Say what you want, but I think Skyward Sword's combat was pretty awesome. Compadres y mamacitas, you made it to the final part of the video, which is the personal memories part. Now this is where I normally talk about why I think a game is particularly awesome, and I like to gush about it, and it's completely unscripted. But now we have two special guests with us today, so I'm going to let them go first. So without further ado, here's HMK and Productions.
One of my fondest memories of Skyward Sword is the exposition and the delivery of the story, to immersing the player in the city in the clouds known as Skyloft, introducing memorable characters such as Girahim, and my personal favorite, Groose. Skyward Sword does a really great job of really fleshing out characters, more so than most other Zelda games. The art direction is something I wholeheartedly adore. To the architecture of Skyloft, the design of the ancient robots, and the lost civilization, Skyward Sword is certainly one of the more imaginative games in the Zelda series. Adding on to that, we have a really fleshed out story between Link and Zelda. As you play through the game, they both really mature and take on the divine responsibility given to them. Moving on to the gameplay, I really enjoyed the motion controls actually. Unlike the Wii version of Twilight Princess, the motion controls in Skyward Sword really took advantage of the Wii's capabilities. I can slash, thrust, and parry my way through enemies, and it feels liberating. My personal favorite moment in the game is just riding the Loftwing in general. I always found it a really neat mechanic to just fast travel, plus it really just immerses the player in the game. All in all, I really enjoyed Skyward Sword. The game took a very artistic approach, not only in its art style, but towards how the game actually plays, mainly with the motion controls and how the dungeons worked.
I know Skyward Sword gets a lot of flack, but honestly, it's my second favorite Zelda game at this point, right after Ocarina of Time. When I booted that game up, I did have a little bit of issues with the motion controls because it was very weird, one-to-one Wii MotionPlus. But after, I would say, like an hour, it all clicked for me. And I got that feeling of euphoria that I used to get when I was smaller playing Zelda games. And I was like, this is it. Skyward Sword may not have the big overworld that other Zelda games are known for, but it brought such a great breath of fresh air when it comes to the Zelda series, because a lot of people have been complaining that it's beginning repetitive and that Zelda formula, it falls to the Zelda formula. Skyward Sword, along with Link Between Worlds, really and truly showed that Nintendo is not going to fall into the same rut as other video game series, and I love Skyward Sword for that. The thing about Skyward Sword is that every Zelda game up until that game kind of had like a formulaic approach to some of its puzzles, and what I mean by that is if you played Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask, and then you go into the Wind Waker or Twilight Princess, there are certain puzzles that you recognize and you know how to do because you played those prior games. However, if you decide to go into Skyward Sword with that mentality, you're gonna get stuck. And I love that because it came up with new puzzles, new ideas because of the one-to-one motion control. You know, a lot of people complain about that, making Skyward Sword, it's a little too complicated, the controls are too messy. No, it wasn't. You probably had a problem with your infrared poisoning or something like that, but I had a blast with Skyward Sword. And not only that, the story was so impactful. This was it, the origin story to the Zelda series, and it was one that it deserved and it got, and it was great! When I played as Link in Skyward Sword, I truly felt like I connected with him, and not only did I connect with him, empowering him through my own persona, I saw that he had a persona himself, more so than any other Link in any other Zelda game, and that's something that I enjoyed seeing, because a lot of people said that Link is a blank slate, but I feel that Link deserves his own personality, or I should say, his own set of traits, and that is highly apparent in Skyward Sword. The story truly has a grand place in my heart because not only did the implications rock the foundation of The Legend of Zelda, but the characters and its own, like Link's own personal journey, his duality with Zelda and other characters such as Demise, Girahim, Impa, and the old lady, their plights, their own personal journeys help push me like never before in any other Zelda game to complete this game. Like I truly wanted to save Zelda, more so than any other Zelda game in this series. And then I understand that because, you know, Zelda and Link probably had the most intimate relationship they had in any other Zelda game, and that's something that it's so good! Also, the fact that Link himself as a person and as a warrior gets stronger along the game helped. It had that perfect amount of balancing and scaling when it comes to the game's difficulty, and not to mention hero mode afterwards. It's crazy. You actually help forge what becomes known as the Master Sword from the Goddess Sword. So not only does your sword grow, but you grow as a character. All in all, I thought Skyward Sword was genius. And it may not be the Zelda game a lot of people have been looking for, but it's a Zelda game that I enjoyed nonetheless. And I gotta say, Zelda Wii U has a massive competition. However, I still believe Ocarina of Time is the best, but I'm not taking anything away from Skyward Sword. And that's why Skyward Sword is awesome in my book.
Now guys, I love me some Majora's Mask, but why am I talking about Majora's Mask in the Skyward Sword video? Well, in Majora's Mask, I love the characters of the game. You really get immersed in the game when you talk to these characters. Now, immersion is a word that's been overplayed so many times, but I can't describe it any better. And I haven't felt that in a lot of Zelda games. You know, I played all of them, and I haven't felt that connection to the characters since Majora's Mask until I played Skyward Sword. The characters in this game, they're absolutely amazing. All the side characters have important roles. You start to build relationships with them. Demon Lord Girahim just makes it a party every time he's on the screen. You fall in love with his character. He just gets he makes it so fun. And to top it off, Zelda and Link's relationship. What I love about it so much is Link is the chosen hero, yeah, yada yada yada, but that's not his driving force to save the day. His driving force is Zelda. His best friend's been kidnapped, and he's gonna do no matter what to rescue her. Saving the day is his optional task. His main priority is rescuing Zelda. And you really feel that. And you really feel that this bond between these two characters. It's a bond that I absolutely love. And I don't think any other Zelda game has been able to replicate the relationship between Link and Zelda as Skyward Sword has. And I also love Skyward Sword for another reason. If you guys didn't know, this is actually my second channel. My first channel, a long time ago, I used to be a Let's Player, and there's still some of you guys around, but I did a Skyward Sword Let's Play, and it was extremely popular. It got taken down, but at the time, it was extremely popular, and everyone loved it for some strange reason. It was kind of a redemption for me, and at that time, everyone just loved watching me play the game. I wasn't the greatest at it, I just got it. You know, I was using a webcam thing to record the screen. It wasn't as all cool capture card stuff, but I got to just play it, and I did. Every character had a voice, and everyone loved the Demon Lord Girahim shebang I did. I I just loved it, and every time I play Skyward Sword, it brings back those awesome memories of entertaining you guys, and hopefully this video is kind of a way to entertain you guys again. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I just think Skyward Sword is a great game, and if you guys don't like Skyward Sword, if you guys hate it, and you haven't played it in a long time, sit down and play it one more time. You might change your opinion about it. I hope you do. But everyone has their own personal opinion. People like Twilight Princess, and people like Skyward Sword. I'm just happen to be the person who loves Skyward Sword. So guys, Skyward Sword's a great game. And that's why I think it's awesome. Once again, compadres y mamacitas, thank you so much for watching this video. Like I said in the past, when you watch these videos, money is made. That money is automatically donated to charity. I keep none of the funds. Every single video I do raises money for charity. So please, guys, give this video a like, a comment, and a share on all the socials. By doing that, you help me raise money for a great cause. I want to give another huge thank you to my two special guests, HMK and Productions. Thank you, guys. I really loved it, and I got to work with you guys. It was a great video, and I want to do it again. You guys are great. So bravo, a little claps to you. Guys, go check out their channels. HMK is on the road to 100K, and he just did a theory talk on the Link is Dead theory. You know, that real edgy theory? But he gives that theory a nice scaff across the face and brings it to justice. So go check it out. If you want to check out another Majora's Mask theory, you can check out Productions of the Fierce Deity and Majora's Unmasked theory. I think you guys will like it. Go check it out. If you want to see another Majora's Mask video, you can check out my last awesome video where I talk about why Majora's Mask is awesome. But if you want to see a little bit of Skyward Sword, you can go check out my cooking show where I make the pumpkin soup from Skyward Sword. It's absolutely delicious, and I think you guys would love it. Guys, I have a question for you. Do you like Skyward Sword, or do you hate it? Why? Let me know in the comments. I want to see your discussion about this. One last thing before I go. I want to give a huge thanks to the person who drew this fan art for me. ARTISTRY, he's a great artist, and he did a nice, beautiful crossover of Golden Sun and Hyrule Warriors Link, my two favorite things, combined in one with my little stupid eagle beanie. It was a great job, and guys, I get a lot of fan art, and I want to give you artists a huge shout out. You know, you guys deserve a lot of credit. Anyone who can draw, I think you are extremely talented. I can't even draw a stick man, so you guys are wonderful. So guys, check out all the links. Check out his socials and all that stuff. Look what else he can draw. Look at this. Bada bing, bada boom. That's beautiful. I can't even do that. So guys, go check it out. His links are in the description below. Give him some love. Give some HMK some love, and give some Macintyre Productions some love. Thank you, guys. I cannot thank you. It's like this is a thank you. You know, charity, thank you, charity, thank you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment and share it on the socials. And that's it. I'll see you guys next time. As always, stay sexy. Adios.